intricacy is just something I'm really drawn into. I think when you kind of start building up that much detail, it's just a way of kind of like really falling into the drawing. Some of them are just on paper and lots of different kind of expressions of space, and then others have the build-up of the acetate layers over the top. And the acetate layers are actually reminiscent of old-fashioned cartooning techniques. What I'll sometimes do is I'll make one for one drawing, and then I actually find after I play around a bit that it actually looks far better on another, and I love that element of surprising myself. When you're making drawings, you're always playing with this game of pictorialism to some degree, this game of illusion. Within that, there's this game of creating this sense of depth, space and three-dimensionality, and when you put a layer on top of it, it gives that kind of a physical manifestation. The way I used to think about the abstracts were like they were like machines, so they kind of had their own little mechanisms, like they're kind of built structures. I then went into landscapes. You can just build up so many different formations within the landscape. Also the fact that it can offer as this place of sanctuary, beautiful or strange places that you find yourself in. There's quite a strong digital aesthetic drawn out in them. I do try and mimic the screens that we look at all the time, that sort of smoothness, that perfection of the digital realm. I'm quite romantic in my sensibilities, especially using the landscape in that romantic sense, a place of wonder and a place of beauty. The cave motif has been important to me for quite a long time. The cave is really rich in its philosophical associations. Kind of comes back to that idea of a sanctuary, a place where you're safe and warm. I'd started working across a few different pieces of paper fairly recently, but then it's really kind of gained its own momentum in what I do because it's actually a process that I really enjoy. Something in that horizontal structure means that you can be more playful stylistically. When you're just working with this scroll-like thing, you can just keep changing and subverting and moving things along a little bit. It's just quite a liberating structure to adopt. I think that's a really interesting thing to kind of strive for in a picture, to give it that much noise and that much information, but also make it quiet.